Jai Hind, Jai Shri Ram, Hare Krishna, Har Har Mahadev, Jai Shri Kalki, Jai Mata Di. This channel has always been a sanctuary of devotion, a tribute to the luminous soul, our guide Sushant Singh Rajput. Until now, we have expressed this connection through the many flavors of music which have been the rhythmic resonance of his energy. Now, I am transitioning into a new dimension of our journey. Based on what I feel is an intuitive download, a form of divine guidance received from Sushant himself. I am bringing you something truly unique, a deeper, more structured exploration of his essence. Sushant often gravitated towards roles that embodied specific virtues: duty, love, protection, and the pursuit of truth, which mirror the essence of the Dashavatara, that means the various incarnations of Bhagwan Mahavishnu. This video is about a transformative 11-level journey that maps the evolution of the soul through the lens of timeless storytelling and scientific wonder. Let us explore a unique avatar cycle where the diverse cinematic roles of a dedicated actor and the profound insights of a researcher converge into a single unified narrative. From the primordial waters of simple loyalty to the cosmic heights of interstellar exploration, we are going to trace a path where art and science are no longer separate, but two wings of the same bird. Together, we will walk through these 11 stages of growth, discovering how every character and every self musing course serves as a stepping stone toward a final, brilliant blueprint for a better world. Let's begin the level 1. That's the Matsya avatar. And here we have two characters from his television era. That's Preet Juneja from Kis Desh Mein Hai Mera Dil and Manav Deshmukh from Pavitra Rishta. Just as the Matsya avatar navigates the primordial waters, Preet and Manav represent the purest, simplest form of love and loyalty. This is the origin because it is not complex. These characters embody a selfless devotion that asks for nothing in return. They are the starting point where the soul is grounded in the honesty of the home and the heartbeat of a first dream. By staying true and humble, they keep the most important human values safe, acting as the foundation that supports the soul as it evolves through all the levels to come. As we are aware of, the Matsya Avatar's primary mission was to protect the bija, that means the seed of all life forms, so that they could be replanted in the next era. Preet was Sushant's foundational role in the television space. He can be considered as the genetic code of every character that followed. The charm, the vulnerability, and the expressive eyes were all preserved and seeded in Preet Juneja. Now, the Matsya Avatar thrives in the water, which is the element of emotion, intuition, and the subconscious. Preet's character was defined by his deep emotional fluidity. He was the ideal brother and a romantic who navigated the turbulent waters of family drama with a pure heart. He represents the soul in its infant stage, where it is guided entirely by feeling and instinct rather than the rules or the logic. In the legend, Matsya grows a horn to which the boat of the survivors is tied, pulling them to safety through the storm. Similarly, despite being a younger brother, Preet often acted as the emotional anchor for those around him. He provided the pull of positivity and lightheartedness that kept the family's boat afloat during their internal crisis. He is the gentle guide who ensures that love is not lost to the flood of conflict. Just as the story of Matsya begins with a tiny fish in a small pot, which we call as the kamandalu, which eventually grows so large that it fills the entire ocean. This actually mirrors the trajectory of the actor in Sushant. Starting in a supporting role, the Preet Juneja energy grew exponentially until it encompassed the entire cosmic ocean. Now let's move on to the favorite of many, that's Manav Deshmukh. He represents the purest, most uncorrupted form of the common man. Before the complexities of the detective Byomkesh or the warrior in Samar or Jilan, there was Mana, the blueprint of integrity. He carries the Vedas, that means the core values of honesty and love, through the flood of a chaotic modern world. Manav's world in Pavitra Rishta is defined by emotional ties, family conflicts, heartbreaks, and social pressures. Like the fish that stays buoyant in the deep, Manav remains emotionally resilient. He does not fight the water, he moves through it with a quiet, steady strength, ensuring that the boat of his family remains upright. Manav begins as a humble garage mechanic, a small fish in a massive, indifferent city. Yet his character grows in stature until his moral influence fills the lives of everyone around him. He proves that the initial conditions of a simple, honest life can expand into a massive cosmic legacy. Manav never claims to be an expert or a hero. He is a perpetual student of life, constantly learning how to be a better son, brother, and human. Like the Matsya avatar, he remains in a state of pure existence. Sushant's self-musing says, everything happening around me is very random. I'm enjoying the phase as the journey is far more enjoyable than the destination. We are all seeds of the same infinite, floating in an ocean of possibilities. To survive the pralay of the mundane, one must recognize the smallness of the self. For it is the tiny that carries the blueprint of the entire universe. Let us now come to the level 2, which is the second avatar, the Kurma avatar. And here we have two young characters. One is Ishan from Kaipoche and the young Anirudh or young Anni from Chichuri. You know that the Kurma avatar supports the weight of the world, while Ishan and the young Anni carry the weight of shared dreams. This we can consider as the level of brotherhood and building. Whether it is the fierce protective friendship of Ishan or the vulnerable effort of young Anni to find his place in a group, this stage is about creating a base. It's the friction and the heat of youth, where character is tested by those closest to us. Whether it is Ishan supporting his friend's dreams or young Anni standing by his group during college struggles, they are the solid base that keeps everyone together. They show that true strength is being the backbone that others can rely on when things get difficult. The Kurma Avatar does not participate in the conflict, that means the Samudra Manthan. It simply holds the weight of the Parvat so that the process of creation can happen. Ishan is the literal and metaphorical center of his tribe. While Omi is pulled by politics and Govind by business, Ishan is the pillar for Ali, the young cricketer. He endures the pressure of poverty, rejection, and societal tension to ensure that Ali's talent is not crushed. He is the stable ground upon which the future is built. The Kurma avatar is defined by a shell that no weapon can pierce, a symbol of ultimate endurance. Ishan possesses a stubborn, unbreakable spirit. Whether he is being banned from the academy or facing the fury of a riot, his shell, that protection, the solid protection, the protection cover, is his condition. He absorbs the blows of the world so that the seeds or the next generation remain safe. He represents the stage where the soul learns that strength is sacrifice. The goal of the Kurma avatar was to bring forth the hidden treasures from the depths of the sea. Ishan's entire journey is a journey itself. He pushes Ali, survives the internal friction of his friendships, and eventually brings forth the nectar, which is Ali's legendary performance on the field. Ishan proves that for greatness to emerge, someone must be willing to be the unmoving base. While Ishan represented the physical sacrifice of the shell, young Anirudh, Anni from Tichore, represents the mental and emotional foundation required to turn a loser into a winner. The Kurma avatar does not churn the ocean itself. It provides the only surface stable enough for the entire process to happen. Let's decode what happens with Anni. The H4 hostel in which she joins is a chaotic ocean of losers. But Anni is the one who stabilizes this entire chaos. He doesn't just participate in the GC, he becomes the foundation upon which his friends build their self worth. He provides the strategy, the discipline, and the emotional shell that allows the group to turn their failures into a legacy. The Kurma avatar is defined by his ability to withdraw into a shell that can withstand the weight of an entire mountain. Anni is constantly under the weight of the loser tag given by the rival hostel. Instead of breaking under the mockery, he develops a hard shell of resilience. He absorbs the pressure and the losses, remaining unmoving in his conviction that the effort is more important than the result. He is the study center when everyone else wants to quit. The goal of the Kurma avatar is to retrieve the hidden treasures from the depths. Through his stubborn persistence, Anni churns the hidden potential out of his friends. He doesn't just want a trophy, he wants the nectar of self respect. He proves that even if the mountain, that means the challenge, is heavy, as long as your foundation is solid, the treasure will emerge out of it. Sushant says that the best thing is to accept the circumstances, not take them personally, deal with them, stop complaining, and give everything your best. To churn the ocean of your own potential, you must first find a base that does not shake. Stability is not the absence of movement, it is the strength to hold the weight of the world while the storm of duality rages above. So we have completed 2 levels. So the levels basically represent how there is an evolution of a soul. So we are seeing how there is an origin when it comes towards the level 1, that's a Matsya, and then there is foundation, which is shown by the level 2, the Kurma avatar. Now we move towards level 3, which is about resilience, and obviously the third avatar, Varaha avatar, and where we are having 2 characters to completely be in synchronization with this. That's Mansoor from Kedarnath and Lagna from Somchirya. Both Mansoor and Lagna embody the Varaha avatar's mission to rescue the earth, and they represent 2 different dimensions of this force. While one represents physical purity, the other one shows moral redemption. So, as we are aware of, the Varaha avatar descends into the cosmic ocean to lift the both earth, it's Bhudevi, out of the dark, drowning depths and restore her to her rightful place in the light. Mansoor from Kedarnath is the profound human manifestation of this archetype. He is the one who goes into the abyss, the flood, the storm, and the gravity of the mountain to save the soul of the pilgrim. The Varahavatar is unique because it is the first to leave the water and the ground, to actively dive into the chaos, to retrieve what is lost. Mansoor's entire existence is defined by the climb and the descent. When the catastrophic floods hit Kedarnath, while everyone else is running for their lives, Mansoor dives into the heart of the destruction. He is the force that moves against the tide to reach those who are sinking. Similar to how Varaha lifts Bhudevi on his stars, Mansoor carries Mukku and many other pilgrims on his back. He is the physical and spiritual lift that keeps the human soul from being swallowed by the flood. He doesn't just save a person, he saves the dignity and the life of the other at the cost of his own safety. A boar is often seen as a fierce, solitary creature that does the dirty work of the gods, moving through mud and silt to find the truth. Mansoor represents the stage where the soul realizes that true power is the ability to lift others. Let's come towards Lakna from Sonchirya. For him, the filth is his own guilt, and the earth he must rescue is his soul. which is also symbolized by the young girl whom he protects. A boar is unique because it is comfortable in the mud. It goes where others fear to tread to find what is holy. Lakna is a dacoit, living in the ravines of the jungle. He is haunted by the curse of his past actions. His journey is a deep dive into his own conscience. Like Varaha, he doesn't stay on the clean surface. He crawls through the dirt of his own reality to find a path to redemption, which you can also say as Atma Parivartan. The young girl whom he rescues represents his Bhudevi. She is the innocent seed that must be saved from the demons of a patriarchal and violent society. Lakna uses his fierce, boar-like strength not for plunder, but to act as a shield. He carries the young girl across the harsh terrain, mirroring the image of Varaha rising from the water with the earth held high. Lakna is a bagi. He follows a code of Dharma that the law doesn't understand. His rescue mission is a solitary, grueling task that pits him against his own kind. He represents the stage where the soul realizes that integrity is not about the clothes you wear, but the weight you are willing to carry. My strength would be my honesty and my passion for my work. The force with which you rise is exactly proportional to the depth of your descent. You must dive into the void of your own existence to find the momentum required to lift the world around you. Gravity is just a suggestion when the why is strong enough.